Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. Episode 112 of Java with Jesus today. We are in the middle of Job. And even though we read like a million chapters yesterday, we're still in the middle of Job, and it's very sad. Job is going through it. His friends are terrible. His kids are dead. Or at least that's what we're told by these people. And the house collapsed on them when they were having a party, and his sheep are gone, and his lambs are gone, and his camels are gone, and he's sick. Just doing the most. We're doing the most, all to prove Satan wrong. Which, like I said, I've always said this, and I'll say it again. I'll say it till the day I die. Lucifer is a giant whiny brat. And when he gets involved, everybody else gets to suffer. And now we're caught in the middle. We're always caught in the middle, guys. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good week. 1 week until Thanksgiving, which is insane to think about. Can't believe that. That's crazy. I'll be working. Shout out to my fellow holiday workers. Yay, us! I do get holiday pay, though, so that'll be nice. Anyway, we do have quite a bit of chapters to read today, too, so I don't want to dawdle too long, because we got to get through this. Poor Job. Poor Job. Episode 112. What are friends for? It's a great question. What do you most want from your friends? Think especially of your times of need, when you're emotionally down, defeated, confused, or vulnerable. What would you want your friends to do at times like that? In the second round of discussion between Job and his friends, Job indirectly lists the ways in which his friends could comfort him. Unfortunately, they don't take the hint, and instead go at him even harder. Some friends they are. As you read this passage, learn how not to relate to your friends in need. Other lessons here include finding real wisdom, being defensive, and having confidence in God. These friends are terrible. Like yesterday, the friends, they kept going back and forth, and they're like, well, obviously you did something wrong. You suck as a person, and that's why you're suffering. Get it together, dum-dum. It was just bad. Yay, we get to read more. So excited. Today's reading is going to be Job 15 through 21. Job 15. Eliphaz says Job presumes too much. Then Eliphaz the Temanite responded, should a wise man answer with windy knowledge and fill himself with the east wind? Should he argue with useless talk, or with words which are not profitable? Indeed, you do away with reverence and hinder meditation before God. For your guilt teaches your mouth, and you choose the language of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, and not I, and your own lips testify against you. Were you the first man to be born, or were you brought forth before the hills? Do you hear the secret counsel of God and limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we do not know? What do you understand that we do not? Both the gray-haired and the aged are among us, older than your father. Are the consolations of God too small for you, even the words spoken gently with you? Why does your heart carry you away? And why do your eyes flash that you should turn your spirit against God and allow such words to go out of your mouth? What is man that he should be pure, or he who is born of a woman that he should be righteous? Behold, he puts no trust in his holy ones, and the heavens are not pure in his sight. How much less one who is detestable and corrupt, man who drinks iniquity like water? I will tell you, listen to me, and what I have seen I will also declare. What wise men have told and have not concealed from their fathers, to whom alone the land was given, and no alien passed among them. The wicked man writhes in pain all his days, and numbered are the years stored up for the ruthless. Sounds of terror are in his ears, while at peace the destroyer comes upon him. He does not believe that he will return from darkness, and he is destined for the sword. He wanders about for food, saying, where is it? He knows that a day of darkness is at hand. Distress and anguish terrify him. They overpower him like a king ready for the attack, because he has stretched out his hand against God, and conducts himself arrogantly against the Almighty. He rushes headlong at him with his massive shield. For he has covered his face with his fat, and made his thighs heavy with flesh. He has lived in desolate cities, in houses no one would inhabit, which are destined to become ruins. He will not become rich, nor will his wealth endure, and his grain will not bend down to the ground. He will not escape from darkness. The flame will wither his shoots, and by the breath of his mouth he will go away. Let him not trust in emptiness, deceiving himself, for emptiness will be his reward. It will be accomplished before his time, and his palm branch will not be green. He will drop off his unripe grape like the vine, and will cast off his flower like the olive tree. For the company of the godless is barren, and fire consumes the tents of the corrupt. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity, and their mind prepares deceptions. Job 16. Job says friends are sorry comforters. Then Job answered, I have heard many such things. Sorry comforters are you all. Is there no limit to windy words? Or what plagues you that you answer? I too could speak like you if I were in your place. I could compose words against you and shake my head at you. I could strengthen you with my mouth, and the solace of my lips could lessen your pain. If I speak, my pain is not lessened, and if I hold back, what has left me? But now he has exhausted me. You have laid waste all my company. You have shriveled me up. It has become a witness, and my leanness rises up against me. It testifies to my face. His anger has torn me and hunted me down. He has gnashed at me with his teeth. My adversary glares at me. They have gaped at me with their mouth. They have slapped me on the cheek with contempt. They have massed themselves against me. God hands me over to ruffians and tosses me into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, but he shattered me, and he has grasped me by the neck and shaken me to pieces. He has also set me up as his target. His arrows surround me. Without mercy, he splits my kidneys open. He pours out my gall on the ground. He breaks through me with breach after breach. He runs at me like a warrior. I have sewed sackcloth over my skin and thrust my horn in the dust. My face is flushed from weeping, and deep darkness is on my eyelids, although there is no violence in my hands, and my prayer is pure. O earth, do not cover my blood, and let there be no resting place for my cry. Even now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and my advocate is on high. My friends are my scoffers, my eye weeps to God. Oh, that a man might plead with God as a man with his neighbor. For when a few years are past, I shall go the way of no return. Job 17. Job says he has become a byword. My spirit is broken, my days are extinguished. The grave is ready for me. Surely mockers are with me, and my eye gazes on their provocation. Lay down now a pledge for me with yourself. Who is there that will be my guarantor? For you have kept their heart from understanding, therefore you will not exalt them. He who informs against friends for a share of the spoil, the eyes of his children also will languish. But he has made me a byword of the people, and I am one at whom men spit. My eye has also grown dim because of grief, and all my members are as a shadow. The upright will be appalled at this, and the innocent will stir up himself against the godless. Nevertheless, the righteous will hold to his way, and he who has clean hands will go stronger and stronger. But come again, all of you now, for I do not find a wise man among you. My days are past, my plans are torn apart, even the wishes of my heart. They make night into day, saying, the light is near in the presence of darkness. If I look for Sheol as my home, I make my bed in the darkness. If I call to the pit, you are my father, to the worm, my mother and my sister. Where now is my hope? And who regards my hope? Will it go down with me to Sheol? Shall we go together down into the dust? Job 18. Bildad speaks of the wicked. Then Bildad the Shuhite responded, how long will you hunt for words? Show understanding, and then we can talk. Why are we regarded as beasts, as stupid in your eyes? O you who tear yourself in your anger, for your sake is the earth to be abandoned, or the rock to be moved from its place? Indeed, the light of the wicked goes out, and the flame of his fire gives no light. The light in his tent is darkened, and his lamp goes out above him. His vigorous stride is shortened, and his own scheme brings him down. For he is thrown into the net by his own feet, and he steps on the webbing. A snare seizes him by the heel, and a trap snaps shut on him. A noose for him is hidden in the ground, and a trap for him on the path. All around terrors frighten him, and harry him at every step. His strength is famished, and calamity is ready at his side. His skin is devoured by disease. The firstborn of death devours his limbs. He is torn from the security of his tent, and they march him before the king of terrors. There dwells in his tent nothing of his. Brimstone is scattered on his habitation. His roots are dried below, and his branch is cut off above. Memory of him perishes from the earth, and he has no name abroad. He is driven from light into darkness, and chased from the inhabited world. He has no offspring or posterity among his people, nor any survivor where he sojourned. Those in the west are appalled at his fate, and those in the east are seized with horror. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him who does not know God. Job 19. Job feels insulted. I mean, I would too. Honestly, these people are ridiculous. Then Job responded, "How long will you torment me and crush me with words? These 10 times you have insulted me. You are not ashamed to wrong me. Even if I have truly erred, my error lodges with me. If indeed you vaunt yourselves against me, and prove my disgrace to me, know then that God has wronged me and has closed his net around me. Behold, I cry violence, but I get no answer. I shout for help, but there is no justice. He has walled up my way so that I cannot pass, and he has put darkness on my paths. He has stripped my honor from me and removed the crown from my head. He breaks me down on every side, and I am gone, and he has uprooted my hope like a tree. He has also kindled his anger against me. He has also kindled his anger against me, and considered me as his enemy. His troops come together and build up their way against me and camp around my tent. He has removed my brothers far from me, and my acquaintances are completely estranged from me. My relatives have failed, and my intimate friends have forgotten me. Those who live in my house and my maids consider me a stranger. I am a foreigner in their sight. I call to my servant, but he does not answer. I have to implore him with my mouth. My breath is offensive to my wife, and I am loathsome to my own brothers. Even young children despise me. I rise up, and they speak against me. All my associates abhor me, and all those I love have turned against me. My bone clings to my skin and my flesh, and I have escaped only by the skin of my teeth. Pity me, O you my friends, for the hand of God has struck me. Why do you persecute me as God does, and are not satisfied with my flesh? Oh, that my words were written. Oh, that they were inscribed in the book. That with an iron stylus and lead, that they were engraved in the rock forever. As for me, I know that my Redeemer lives, and at the last he will take his stand on the earth. Even after my skin is destroyed, yet from my flesh I shall see God, whom I myself shall behold, and whom my eyes will see, and not another. My heart faints within me. If you say, how shall we persecute him? And what pretext for a case against him can we find? Then be afraid of the sword for yourselves. For wrath brings the punishment of the sword, so that you may know there is judgment. Job 20. Zophar says, the triumph of the wicked is short. Then Zophar the Naamathite answered, therefore my disquieting thoughts make me respond, even because of my inward agitation. I listened to the reproof which insults me, and the spirit of my understanding makes me answer. Do you know this from of old, from the establishment of man on earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the godless momentary? Though his loftiness reaches the heavens, and his head touches the clouds, he perishes forever like his refuse. Those who have seen him will say, where is he? He flies away like a dream, and they cannot find him. Even like a vision of the night he is chased away. The eye which saw him sees him no longer, and his place no longer beholds him. His sons favor the poor, and his hands give back his wealth. His bones are full of his youthful vigor, but it lies down with him in the dust. Though evil is sweet in his mouth, and he hides it under his tongue, though he desires it and will not let it go, but holds it in his mouth, yet his food in his stomach is changed to the venom of cobras within him. He swallows riches, but will vomit them up. God will expel them from his belly. He sucks the poison of cobras. The viper's tongue slays him. He does not look at the streams, the rivers flowing with honey and curds. He returns what he has attained and cannot swallow it. As to the riches of his trading, he cannot even enjoy them. For he has oppressed and forsaken the poor. He has seized a house which he has not built. Because he knew no quiet within him, he does not retain anything he desires. Nothing remains for him to devour. Therefore, his prosperity does not endure. In the fullness of his plenty, he will be cramped. The hand of everyone who suffers will come against him. When he fills his belly, God will send his fierce anger on him and will rain it on him while he is eating. He may flee from the iron weapon, but the bronze bow will pierce him. It is drawn forth and comes out of his back, even the glittering point from his gall. Terrors come upon him. Complete darkness is held in reserve for his treasures. An unfanned fire will devour him. It will consume the survivor in his tent. The heavens will reveal his iniquity, and the earth will rise up against him. The increase of his house will depart. His possessions will flow away in the day of his anger. This is the wicked man's portion from God, even the heritage decreed to him by God. Job 21. Job says God will deal with the wicked. Ain't no rest for the wicked. Money doesn't grow on trees. Okay, sorry. Then Job answered, "Listen carefully to my speech, and let this be your way of consolation. Bear with me that I may speak. Then after I have spoken, you may mock. As for me, is my complaint to man? And why should I not be impatient? Look at me and be astonished, and put your hand over your mouth. Even when I remember, I am disturbed, and horror takes hold of my flesh. Why do the wicked still live, continue on, also become very powerful? Their descendants are established with them in their sight, and their offspring before their eyes. Their houses are safe from fear, and the rod of God is not on them. His ox mates without fail, his cow calves and does not abort. They send forth their little ones like the flock, and their children skip about. They sing to the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the flute. They spend their days in prosperity, and suddenly they go down to Sheol. They say to God, 'Depart from us. We do not even desire the knowledge of your ways.' Who is the Almighty that we should serve him? And what would we gain if we entreat him? Behold, their prosperity is not in their hand. The counsel of the wicked is far from me. How often is the lamp of the wicked put out, or does their calamity fall on them? Does God apportion destruction in his anger? Are they as straw before the wind, and like chaff which the storm carries away? You say, God stores away a man's iniquity for his sons. Let God repay him so that he may know it. Let his own eyes see his decay, and let him drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what does he care for his household after him, when the number of his months is cut off? Can anyone teach God knowledge, in that he judges those on high? One dies in his full strength, being wholly at ease and satisfied. His sides are filled out with fat, and the marrow of his bones is moist. While another dies with a bitter soul, never even tasting anything good. Together they lie down in the dust, and worms cover them." We all end up in the same place, guys. It's basically what he's saying. "Behold, I know your thoughts, and the plans by which you would wrong me. For you say, 'Where is the house of the nobleman, and where is the tent, the dwelling places of the wicked?' Have you not asked wayfaring men, and do you not recognize their witness? For the wicked is reserved for the day of calamity. They will be led forth at the day of fury. Who will confront him with his actions, and who will repay him for what he has done? While he is carried to the grave, men will keep watch over his tomb. The clods of the valley will gently cover him. Moreover, all men will follow after him, while countless ones go before him. How then will you vainly comfort me? For your answers remain full of falsehood." There's a lot of yapping going on here. I'm not sure I understand all of it, but that's why we have the devotional book, you guys. Job's friends were supposed to be comforting him in his grief. Instead, they condemned him for causing his own suffering. Job began his second reply to Eliphaz by calling him and his friends miserable comforters. Job's words reveal several ways to become a better comforter to those in pain. 1, don't talk just for the sake of talking. Like I said, there's a lot of talking going on. 2, don't sermonize by giving pat answers. 3, don't accuse or criticize. 4, put yourself in the other person's place. And 5, offer help and encouragement. The next time someone close to you is suffering, try Job's suggestions to comfort him or her, knowing that these suggestions were given by a person who needed great comfort. The best comforters are those who know something about personal suffering. It's so easy for us to judge other people for their own actions and the things that they do and whether or not they brought their suffering upon themselves. Like we all have either, maybe not realized it, we've all either been Job's friends or we've all ever either been Job. You guys know what I mean? Like we've been on both sides. I have a feeling, right? At some point, maybe without realizing it, I know for a fact I've been on the Job side and I'm sure without realizing it, I was his friends, like kind of criticizing, well, that's what you get, kind of thing. And we tend to forget that we also go through suffering and that we also have been alone. And yes, we have God and yes, we have Jesus and that comes first, obviously. But it also, when you are feeling like God may be against you and you can't do anything right, like you're looking for worldly comfort as well. And that's why, where our friends and family come in, and then you get it from them too. And you're like, really? So we just all just need to be a little bit better. This is everybody in the world right now. Everybody is so nasty. To be a little bit more understanding and kind of put ourselves in some people's shoes or try to empathize with them, or not empathize, but sympathize with them in a way. They're like, well, I've never experienced this exactly, but I do know grief. I've lost a dog or my parents or whatever, and try and relate to them on that level. Or if you can't, then just listen and just listen to them and what they're going through and let them talk about it and kind of cry over it. It's okay to have a tiny little pity party and be like, I'm going through it, guys. I need somebody to talk to. You just listen. And sometimes that's all it takes too. This poor man, I just want to reach the book and hug him, even though he has boils. It's okay. We can have boils together. It'll be fine. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for episode 112 of Java with Jesus. Before I let you guys go for the day, let's bow our heads in a brief prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, God, so much once again, as usual, every day, for being with us as we dive deeper and deeper and deeper into your word. Thank you for being with us as we are learning the lessons of Job, and not only to the lesson of strengthening our faith, even though we are suffering, but also try and come into an understanding of those of us that we know are suffering. And instead of mocking them or chastising them, we take a page from Job's book and realize that the people that are suffering, they just need comfort. They just need encouragement, and they just need to feel a little bit of love in order to help them get through the day. God, I pray that we are all better people and that we take Job's suggestions of how to comfort somebody who's going through a great deal of pain, and we use it from this moment forward to comfort those in need. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you guys so much once again for hanging out with me, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 113. God bless you guys. Bye.